All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Chris, the Gaming Librarian, and I'm here today with just a very quick new game review Monday with you today. So, by quick, I mean this won't be as long as my typical session, just because I know there's going to be some big games coming out next week that I'm going to highlight a little bit more. But as much as I get all these new games coming in, there are often some underrated and hidden gems that also make their way through, and I want to make sure that some of those gems get their due justice. And today I am here to talk to you about one of those gems in Fuser. So, this game released in November of 2020, so it was a November 10th release, and for those in the gaming know, that was right around the time of next gen console release. So, unfortunately, amidst all these new systems and new games and next gen coming out, Fuser was one of those games that sort of got looked away from and sort of swept aside, at least in the gaming circles that I worked with. Uh, but that being said, this is probably one of my all-time favorite games that I've had the pleasure of playing, and so definitely something I would consider a diamond in the rough in what was once an overly populated genre of video gaming in the late 2000s and early 2010s. Fuser, for those wondering, is made by the gaming company Harmonix. Now you maybe you're scratching your head and going, Harmonix, that sounds like a very familiar name. Well, there's a reason for that. Harmonix is the company behind fan favorite games like Rock Band, Guitar Hero, and Dance Central. And certainly for myself, all these games were phenomenons in their own right. And when I say phenomenon, I mean when I was in my late teens and early 20s, there was not a household that I walked into where there wasn't a gamer, and if there were gamers, there wasn't some sort of plastic instrument kicking around, whether that was a guitar, a drum kit, a microphone, or in my case, and I still have it in my garage buried somewhere, but I know it still exists, the awesome keytar. Yes, a guitar with piano keys on it. Very delightful. Um, but around 2012, 2013, suddenly nobody wanted these plastic instruments anymore. And Harmonix, once this giant in the music genre, sort of took a back seat. And while you saw periodical releases of Rock Band titles and Guitar Hero, it sort of faded out by 2015, which is roughly around the time that the last Rock Band 4 came out and Guitar Hero Live. So when I heard that Harmonix was going out of their way to create a new video game, I was like, seriously? There's going to be a new game? What is this all about? And they came up with the name Fuser. And I was like, what's Fuser? What is this game? And so I'm going to show you in a few seconds or in a few moments what Fuser is, because it's something that you need to experience. But history aside, Fuser has literally taken almost 2 decades of Harmonix's knowledge and masterful place in the gaming industry and with music games, and put it into this package. And so the premise of Fuser is that you are a DJ playing various music festivals, and it is your job to essentially blow the minds of the crowd that you're playing DJ sets for. And so no longer do you need to fidget around with plastic guitars or drum kits or microphones. You don't have to sync anything. It's all just controlled from your controller using the screen and the very easy user interface that they have set up for the DJing kits. And so the only catch, if there is any, is that you have to have a keen sense of hearing for music and rhythm and tempo. And so sometimes I'm not the best at that. So that's why we're going to do some very easy intro levels to just give you a taste of what Fuser is. Now, the reason I give this a shout out is because really, this game has been out now for 6 months, and I've seen it on sale several times now. So often you can get this for roughly $50 Canadian, so about $40 American. For the base version, you can also get various music packs. So just like Harmonix did in the Rock Band days, various music packs come out. You can download them. It gives you a variety of music. And as a DJ, variety of music is the name of the game. So today I am playing Fuser on my Xbox One, but this is also available on the PlayStation 4 and 5, as well as the Nintendo Switch. So really, ultimate portability if you can get this on the Switch, and plays just as amazingly as any other console. So let's get started. Right, and so as you can tell, very colorful, checking for download content. I may have gone out of my way to get the corgi content. I own the corgi myself, and I could not pass up on the opportunity to have a background screen that displayed flying corgis in the background. So just going through update data. Okay, 50 diamonds. So I can explore this in another one. Oh, Holland Oats Man-Eater. Okay, that might be DLC that I have to get later on. So we'll start off with the campaign. So you have a couple of choices that you can do here. You can do battles with friends, co-op freestyle, which is a really unique mode in this game where you can switch off on being the DJ and you're cooperating, actively cooperating with two controllers to come up with awesome sets to play. Today, what we're going to do is we'll just launch into the campaign, and I'll do the very first level available to you. So as you can see, you get different stages and venues that you can play through. So basically different music festivals. I'll do the Rhythmic Guardian. And we'll do the first ever show. So what's really fun about this one is that you pick the set, it loads you in, and then you have the really important job of what music do you want to pick.
That's the sound of 1,000 of my most diehard superfans. In other words, best in the world.
So the animation style itself is a bit cartoony, doesn't take itself too seriously, but if you played Rock Band and Guitar Hero in the past, this was also very similar to the art style that you saw there. It was less so about the character build as it was about the music, right?
Let's do this.
And so before you go in, you get to choose the look of your character. So this is my avatar that I'm playing through. You get this stage kit, so you get to choose what effects you want. So really neat here. This is where you get to sort of play around with the colors and what you want in the background. So I'll stick with the classic blue and white. You can switch it up so you get different stage effects. Oh, so we'll do a hologram diamond for something new and fun. The fireworks you get to choose. So I'll do diamond for that one. You get to choose your projector. So in this case, as I was talking about those flying corgis, it's hard not to have them in the background. But you get some really interesting visual choices. Projector B is on the secondary screen, and you get to choose what there is. So I like to mix it up. I'll do diamonds. Diamonds and corgis go together, right? Projector C, you get to choose a third one. So for this one, we'll have a little bit of fun, and we'll do something pretty simple. And then crowd effects. So as you can see in the crowd, they're all holding up candy canes. But let's see what the diamonds do. Oh, that's cool and funky. So something different. And so we'll accept the changes, go through. Now, in terms of music, of course, they have done a really great job of choosing a great variety of music. And because you're a DJ, you don't just want to go in with all pop songs, all country, all rock. You want to have that variety because as you're playing through, you're going to be mixing up the tempo, you're going to be mixing up the beat and the rhythm of the song. And, you know, when I'm talking about the pros and cons, I'll talk about, you know, in the easy levels or the beginning levels, it's easy to dictate sort of what the crowd is wanting and leaning towards. But as the game progresses, it gets a little bit trickier. And so you really have to sort of, you know, to sound cheesy, follow the rhythm of your heart, or the rhythm of the beat, to quote famous 90s song, to sort of discover what it is that the crowd wants. And so you're really playing more by ear at that point than you are following along with the cues of the game. So what I have up here seems like a pretty decent choice. Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, obviously. Gotta give a shout out to a fellow Canadian rapper. Well, not a fellow Canadian rapper. I can't rap to save my life, but to a Canadian rapper and fellow Canadian. All right, so we have everything that we need. We'll go in and start the set.
Your first show is gonna be great. I bet you'll be playing headliner slots in no time. Maybe even TK Sun stage one day. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
So, as you load up, you have your turntable that you are playing with. And so, most of the music that I have up here are music soundtracks that came with the game itself. So there's actually a wide variety of music that you get to start with that I really quite enjoy. So we'll start with Blinding Lights now. Depending on the face button is where you drop it. So blue is for the bass and bass line. So in this case, that is going to be my X button. My A and Y buttons are going to determine the keys, so what's the tempo playing in the background. And then my B button, so red, is going to dictate my vocals for what is going on. So I'm going to drop blue, which is my bass rhythm. Okay, and so as it's going along, you'll see under Blinding Lights that there's a little meter bar following along so that you have an idea of what the tempo is. And so the idea is when you drop a new disc, you're going to want to drop it in rhythm and sync with the music that you already have playing in the background. So let's do it.
All day, all night.
So a good rhythm to it. And so as you see in the bottom right corner, you're getting points. Bottom left, I'm filling up the stars like you would in a traditional rock band Guitar Hero. Is clues showing you what to play that's going to get the crowd excited and get you the most stars available out of the match. Okay, so we want to find another pop song. So we'll drop this on the Y. So I'm either the greatest DJ right now or extremely tone deaf. I'll let you be the judge of that one. But the fun thing about this game is that you get to experiment. Certainly, obviously, I'm Chris the Gaming Librarian, so from a library perspective, this is really fun. Whether you're in a public library or a school library, talk about an interactive music lesson and really engaging youth and adult patrons, heck, any age, to really experiment with music and have fun and create, you know, DJ sets that you can dance to. Okay, so we're gonna drop on the downbeats, put something new in there. Okay, so I totally missed the downbeat on that one. Okay, I got Bad Guy in on a good downbeat. So I got, if you noticed above the turntable, I got the good rating there. So we'll see what other music. Oh, Rock Your Body? Yes, please. Okay. Right. Let's put in some Coldplay.
All day, all night.
So you sort of have to like listen to the music, and you're dropping the downbeats, you know, about a quarter note away from when it's actually going to hit. So that split second. And as you can tell, I'm having a blast playing this game. All right. Let's get that perfect. No. I've ruined the rhythm.
Just like that.
There we go. We got the perfect. So we can now move forward. Oh yeah, that was a nice switch.
Don't sweat it.
Okay, so I had the pop discs already going, so that was good. And so gaining points. Now, it is a bit tricky to get the 5 stars. I've been averaging about 3 or 4 in my playthroughs, but I'm also having a blast as I'm going along. So really, I can't complain when I'm enjoying myself. And so you can see the countdown clock going, and it's going to switch over. Okay. Let's try to do this downbeat. I need to get perfect. All right, there we go. Gotta play some Rick Astley. It's mandatory. Oh yeah, change the rhythm up a bit.
That was basically my favorite thing ever.
And so you see I just got the crowd bonus. I'm going towards that golden heart. So that's really going to push up my points. Alright, I waited too long to get that drop on downbeat. And so, the joy of this game is really experimenting. Really, the best way to go into this game is no objective in mind. Don't even pay attention to the stars that you're getting. Unlike Guitar Hero and Rock Band, where we're tempted to go for the 5 stars to get the perfect rating of 99%. For this one, it's just playing around with the music. It's exiting, it's going back in with a new set of tracks to play and experimenting. And so, as you can tell, each set takes about 5 to 10 minutes. And again, I got 3 stars. It's a good playthrough. As you go along in the game, you get more used to the rhythm, you get more used to the tracks that you have access to, and I find, no, it's not going to teach you how to be a professional DJ by any means, but certainly having fun being an amateur DJ, this game
That's bad
has
progress,
in
so it's gonna
spades.
get more rewarding and more challenging from here.
All right, so 22,000, not a bad turnout. Not quite a level up, so I was just a little bit shy. And so, this gives you an idea of Fuser. It gives you an idea of what the game is about. As I said, this game often, I'd say every 2 months or so, gets a good sale. And so for $50 Canadian, you're getting access to a whole slew of songs. The DLC packs themselves are anywhere between $3 to $6. And again, you're getting various stage backgrounds. You're getting different songs to choose from, and there's a wide variety. Even as you can see streaming through right now, Fleetwood Mac, Daryl Hall. There's well, I guess they're throwbacks to 80s and late 70s tracks, but you get good variety in here. So overall, my pros and cons for Fuser. In terms of pros, I would say even after nearly 2 decades of making music games, Harmonix still manages to bring magic to this genre. And again, it's wonderful. It's getting rid of the plastic instruments that used to clog up our gaming rooms, our basements, our garages, and it's simply replacing it with a controller this time. So you already have your controllers kicking around. It's all mapped to the face buttons. That's all you need to do. The concert setting, I find, makes the game feel more engaging, more rewarding, as you get the crowd cheering and rooting for you. As you can see, several things going on. You have the points going on in the bottom left corner. You have the heart and, cues to drop down beats to switch up the songs to play certain genres of music. And so the game is telling you to be creative in what you're doing. It's very clever in mixing up musical genres. So never in a million years would have I put rock with a country song and Coldplay playing as the vocals. But this game does a fantastic job of blending the music together, and you don't even have to think about it. The fine folks at Harmonix have already done that for you. And the game constantly receiving music packs. So every couple of weeks they release new music packs. Again, $3 to $6. You're getting new music. You're keeping the game fresh and never boring. And as I said, it's available on all 3 major platforms. Truthfully, having this on the Switch, absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong, I'm playing on my Xbox Series X. Not the easiest console to pack up into a backpack and take with me and show off this awesome game. But on the Nintendo Switch, plays just as smoothly as you see me playing on the Xbox, and it's more portable. Now, some of the cons of this game. As a physical collector, myself, unfortunately, Fuser does not come on a physical disc. It is an all-digital title, hence why it tends to go on sale more often than you would normally expect. And so, while it allows for easy convenience, it's not as easy to necessarily, say, lend to a friend to play for a weekend. So you'll need to bring your digital copy with you, or basically take your digital copy with you or your physical console, i.e., get it on the Switch. It's an awesome choice. The multiplayer aspect, there was something fun to be had when you were all in the room together with those rinky-tinky plastic instruments and having friends playing the drums and switching up the guitars for those who wanted a chance to play, and the bass, and swapping the mic, because nobody in my friend group ever wanted to sing, so I was always stuck with vocals. I was okay with that. My fingering and keeping track of, not only 4 but sometimes 5 colors coming my way, I could never move my pinky finger over fast enough to the orange. In this one, you're not worrying about that. It's all on the controller, but it loses some of that magic in the process. And then, as you can see, I got 3 stars. And while the game does cue you with opportunities to gain more points, to gain hearts, and really fill in the star rankings as you go along, it's not always the clearest. I still sometimes in the harder levels tend to find myself scratching my head a bit as to how to actually get 5 stars in a concert venue. But that being said, half the time I also don't care about the stars because I'm just having fun playing this game. So, as I said at the beginning, maybe not the newest game. This did come out in November, but it is also a diamond in the rough of a game. So please, if you remember the days of Rock Band and Guitar Hero, or you've just been looking for something new and refreshing that isn't action-packed or full of adventures to faraway fantasy lands, and you just want something down to earth that'll have you dancing, that'll have your friends dancing and your family dancing, seriously, pick up Fuser. It'll be the best $50 you've ever spent, and you'll have the time. You too can also have flying corgis in the background of your music festival. Anyways, this has been Chris the Gaming Librarian here tonight to talk to you about Fuser, released last year in November, available on all 3 major consoles. So Sony, PlayStation, Xbox by Microsoft or Microsoft's Xbox, and then the Nintendo Switch. Keep an eye open. Next week on Monday, I will be covering some of the big titles coming out. I'll probably still be playing Ratchet & Clank and talking to you about that. Tune in on Wednesdays for Intro to Gaming Libraries, where this week I'll be talking about the top 10 games to add to your library's gaming collections if you haven't already. And then this coming Friday, it'll be a potpourri of me playing Ratchet & Clank for the first time, exploring Final Fantasy Remake Intergrade, so the PlayStation upgrade enhancements, as well as the Yuffie episode. And I'll also be exploring another hidden gem, perhaps called Game Builder Garage. So sort of like the Nintendo Switch equivalent of Dreams, where you get to build your own games. Right, that is it for me tonight, and this is Chris the Gaming Librarian signing off. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a great week.